Hey Mina, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at the process of plant transport.
Oh, right. I don't remember everything from that. Want to go over it?
Sure.
Okay, so what should we go over first?
Well, there are three basic parts of plant transport. First, there is specialization of the different parts of the plant, like the roots, leaves, and stems. Then there is the transport through the xylem, and finally, there's transport through the phloem.
Oh yeah, I remember about the specializations. That was like how leaves have a waxy cuticle to prevent water loss, and most of the chlorophyll. Or how stems allow plants to grow taller and receive more light. There were two kinds, woody stems and herbaceous stems.
Another example is how plants reduce using seeds that surround the plant cells and prevent them from dying out.
Yeah, and the way that roots are formed like little tubes to drink in water from the soil. Hey, wait a minute. If water is coming into the roots from the soil, how does it get all the way up to the leaves? That's way too far for the water to travel.
Actually, that brings us to the next part of plant transport. You see, plants actually have special tissue called xylem that allows water to do just that.
Okay, but how does it work?
Well, when the water comes up from the roots, it moves into these tubes of dead tissue called tracheads. They're very narrow and have thick walls with pointed ends. When water gets inside these tubes, adhesion allows water molecules to stick to the sides of the tube.
And that lets it move up to the leaves?
Not quite. The water molecule also experiences cohesion, which allows them to stick to one another as well as the tube. By combining these two properties, the water is able to defy gravity, moving all the way up the plant to the leaves. Then in the leaves, other wider tubes called vessel elements transfer the water once it no longer has to defy gravity.
Wow, that is so cool. And then, when the water gets to the leaves through cohesion and adhesion, or capillary action, it can be used in the process of photosynthesis to create glucose.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what happens after that, though.
Oh, that part's easy. Once the sugar is formed, it goes through the phloem.
Yeah, I'm totally lost now.
Well, after the glucose is formed in photosynthesis, it's turned into sucrose for transport. It enters the phloem by active transport, and water from the xylem comes in via osmosis.
So then it mixes with the water and flows down the roots, right?
Wrong. At this point, both the water and the sucrose are in companion cells. Then, where the sucrose is needed, water is transferred through the sieve tubes, which are right next to the companion cells. They have small openings in the sides that allow water and sucrose to travel freely. The water travels to where the sucrose is needed, creating a concentration gradient.
Oh, so then the sucrose follows because it is traveling from high concentration to a low concentration.
Exactly. This is called going from source to sink, because sucrose goes from where it is formed to where it is needed. This allows the phloem to transport sugars in either direction as needed. For a tree in autumn, all the sugar is being transported down to the roots. In this way, it can be stored.
I get it! And that's how we can make maple syrup.
Exactly. And in the spring, all of that stored sugar returns to the top of the tree, so it can be used to produce new leaves.
Wow, that's amazing. Now I get it. I'm so going to ace this test.
Me too.